Hi. 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 My name is Jeff Davis. I'm going to get drunk and review a video game. So why not? Right? You fucking know. Okay. Video game of choice this time is Last of Us. Last of Us. What to say about this game? Last of Us is the story of fucking a dude named Joel and a chick named Ellie, and they do shit like survive a fucking apocalypse. Of all things to survive, a fucking apocalypse. There's so much apocalypse going on in that game. So much. There's like apocalypses? Apocalypses. So much fucking pausing through this game. So much. The game gives you so much pausing. There's just a lot of waiting and watching. The big one that gets me is you have Joel. Joel being the main character. Joel's a survivor. He survives in shit. That's what he does. He just does stuff, like surviving. And then you have Ellie, who does a lot of cussing. That's about it. She doesn't do much. Like, she'll throw something occasionally. If she can fucking find it, if she's not too busy just cussing. And there's nothing wrong with cussing. Fuck, I cuss a lot too. And I just said fuck there. And that was very forced. It didn't feel natural. It feels dirty. I feel wrong. But you get the game fucking Last of Us. Last of Us. I'm going to keep saying it. Last of Us. Last of Us. Last of me and you. Me and you. Us, together, as one unit, surviving an entire situation of stuff. The Last of Us. The Last of Us. Yeah. So you have the game, and the game's fun. It's fairly fun when you're actually playing it. A lot of the game is spent just watching Joel do stuff, or watching other characters do things. Like, flat out, it's just a majority of it is sneaking around and punching people. That's about it. There's nothing wrong with that. If I could just fucking punch one more dude, I'd feel more satisfied with myself. Just punching him would feel good, but it doesn't. And the game is very underwhelming. It's a fun game. The story is fucking unbelievable. It gives you a mad case of the feels. That game makes you feel so much. There's so much feeling going on in that game. A lot of just, it rapes everything that you know and love about yourself and other people. It makes you sad. And I think that's what they were going for with the ending, but because it was so sad and so depressing, and honestly a lie, it was quite underwhelming. It was good, just at the end I felt I wanted more. I was like, hey, like, why not fucking do the rest of the apocalypse tropes? There's just all of them. Like, there's so much apocalypse going on in that game. There's the zombies, there's the cannibals, there's the raiders, there's the rapists, there's the... If you can think of it, it's there. Like, if you're like, what would the apocalypse have? It's fucking there. In fact, they combined two of them. Flat out. Like, they were like, we don't have time, okay, to tell a story about this or that. No spoilers. But they're fucking there, right? And another thing about the game is there are just so many ladders. There's so many ladders. Why is there so many ladders? There's no fucking need for them. There's not. It's always just like, Joel can't get up to this spot. There's going to be a fucking ladder involved. And there's just ladders and bridges. Picking up a ladder, setting it down, laying down a bridge. Like, that's all you do. At one fucking point, swear to God, you take a ladder, you use the ladder to climb up something, and then use it as a fucking bridge. You fucking with me? Like, you couldn't actually come up with anything important? Like, you really go up a ladder, grab the ladder, turn around, plant the ladder, climb up the ladder, walk across the other side of the room, go down the ladder, go across, drop it down, cross it like it's a fucking bridge. Ladders are now bridges in the game. At one point, I swear to God, for the longest time, didn't use any bridges. They just didn't exist. Like, at the beginning of the game, there's just like, you gotta lay this bridge out so we can get across it. And it's just a plank of wood. Just fucking plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Just laying his bitch ass out and crawling across it, happy as can fucking be, upon your marrying way, where you can continue to fucking murder and kill people who are also just trying to survive. And instead, the game does one thing that I find very frustrating, just ladders. I've had it to fucking up to here with ladders. And if you can't see that, fucking get a ladder, climb up it so you can fucking see it. Almost fell down there. I was yelling so hard, I almost collapsed. Now, the game overall is fun. They took out a fucking cover mechanic. Essentially, you just crouch and get behind something. And that works. It does work. It's fairly effective. Because nobody ever fucking sees anything. They're just like, whatever, it's stuff. Like, that's really it. And it allows you to go from cover to cover very seamlessly. Like, it's very clean. Like, you just be behind something, and then a person turns away and you run. Now, here's the bigger problem with this game. There's seriously a part where Joel goes, all right, listen here. What we're going to do is we're going to go head on out through the front door. We're going to hide so that way nobody can see us. And one thing I want to note, I'm from Texas. And the fact that a genuine Texas accent's actually being occurred as opposed to that Alabama shit brings me a lot of joy. Now, my other problem is Joel, with this whole, like, we need to sneak past, we need to get on out, we need to make sure we can knock this all out of the park. Ellie doesn't seem to get the message. Quite literally, I'm crawling around, happy as can be, nothing can go wrong, sneaking past, fucking Ellie just... She's the fucking Flash now. Doesn't give a shit about sound. She'll touch shit. She'll move something. She flat out, at one point, I'm sitting there, I'm walking around and crawling. Everything's great. I'm just sneaking. Quiet as can be. Here comes fucking Ellie. Runs right past me, knocks over every bottle, steps on every cat you could possibly imagine to alert the presence that we're fucking there. What do the clickers do? They're just like, just a 14-year-old girl. That's what 14-year-old girls do, I guess. And then it gets to a point in the game that's honestly the most frustrating thing you could possibly imagine. She runs up to a clicker and then just moves him. She just hits him, and then the character quite literally just skis across the ground like he's a fucking sledder or something. Just right on over. And I'm like, you can just touch him. No, because as soon as you walk up and touch him, he's just eats your fucking face. Doesn't give a shit about your feelings. It just eats your fucking face. And that's the thing about this game. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't like you. It hates you. It wants bad things to happen to you when you're not paying attention. You know why? Because it's a game about shit and stuff. That's what it is. It's a game where it doesn't care about you. As the gamer, you're sitting there playing and then like something really sad happens. And you're just like, was that necessary? Was that needed? And the truth is, fucking A, it was. It was needed because it needs you to look at this fucking thing as terrible. God forbid you actually do an apocalypse thing correctly by making you realize it's the end of the fucking world and bad things happen. But it's fun. It's just fun. It's fun. It's a good game. I'm really happy about it. I give it 3 Bioshocks out of 3 because there's only been 3 Bioshocks. No, fuck that. I give it 2.5 Bioshocks. Yes, 2.5 Bioshocks. Because it's like playing through Bioshock 1 and then Bioshock 2 and then about half of 3. Half of 3 or Bioshock Infinite. Whatever the fuck. Fuck you for trying to make me say shit I don't want to say. Now, what was I talking about? Yes! Bioshock Infinite. It's like playing half of Bioshock Infinite. Like 1, 2, half of Bioshock Infinite. It's a good game. It's good. I recommend it highly. It's a lot like a lot of the Australian films like Animal Kingdom, where they don't give a shit about you. They just want you to feel bad. And they do a great job of doing it. They did, like, by far the greatest success in just making me feel like a shitty person. I cried like 3 times to this game. And that is one too many cries. One too fucking many. I cried to Bioshock Infinite. I'll admit that. I cried. It was sad. It fucking hurt my feelings. I was like, this is really sucks. And then you got fucking Last of Us, who's just like, sad thing happened, here's another one. Sad thing happened, you thought you were over with it? Fucking take it in the ass. And the game, it's essentially like somebody standing behind you with a gun to the back of your head going like, suck every single one of these dicks. Every single one. A whole row of dicks just lined up to be sucked. If you don't like it, fuck you. If you do like it, okay. Like, it's just okay. You still, like, even if you like sucking dick, you go through it sucking all of these dicks, and by the end of it, you're just like, I just sucked a massive amount of dicks. The game makes you feel stupid. Like, it does, constantly. The game just makes you feel dumb by just giving you a limited amount of resources that, by the end of the game, you'll have an over-fucking abundance of. Because, again, the game doesn't care. It'll sit there and be like, do you want a gun? Here's fucking 2. You're out of ammo on that one? Well, you got this other one as backup. It doesn't matter. It doesn't feel like survival. It feels more like just shoot these guys until one of them drops ammo. Because you'll always have a backup gun. This has been a drunken review by Senior Jefferson Davis. Jeff Davis. Don't call me Jefferson Davis. He was a fuckhead. Jeff Davis. And I hope you like it. And if you don't, well, fuck you. I love you. You're really pretty, flip cam. You have like redness on either side of you that lets me know you're recording. And I think that's very nice. You should do this all the time. Mr. Flipcam Video. Flipcam Video TM. Trademark. Trademark! Is that what that stands for?